Hey y'all, this is Denise Morales with Be Nurtured and Be You, your biggest life coach, supporter, cheerleader, hype woman. Y'all know how it is. So thanks for tuning in, and today's episode is about discipline. So what is discipline? So discipline to me really correlates with prioritization. What are my priorities, right? So if I know I got stuff to do tomorrow in the daytime, if I know I have stuff to do tomorrow, what am I doing today? Am I disciplined enough today to be taking care of my business and being accountable for my actions? With me being disciplined, it really means that I know what my priorities are. Therefore, I'm paying attention to what I'm doing in the moment and how it can affect the things that are my priorities. And if I'm not disciplined enough to act right, conserve my energy, or be out and wild in when I shouldn't be, then I'm not really caring about my priorities. So why even have priorities and or goals set aside that are considered quote unquote important to you if I'm not being disciplined in the moment in time when it matters, right? Because it's what your actions of what you're doing right now that matters of how it's going to affect tomorrow's actions. Because I know today's preparedness is tomorrow's success. Oh, let me say that again. Today's preparedness is tomorrow's success. I know that if today I am not being disciplined enough to take care of my business, I know that I'm not taking care of my priorities for tomorrow. And so that's why I kind of reserve for certain things. So I think about things strategically about how and what and when and why I do things the way I do. So some people are like, oh, like, come on, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Like, should I really be doing that, girl? You're not the one waking up for me in the morning. You're not the one taking care of my finances tomorrow in the morning. You're not the one going to work for me tomorrow in the morning. And so once you start getting sloppy in your discipline, really when you start getting undisciplined, your priorities are not really aligned anymore. You don't even care about your goals at that point anymore. So if you know you're trying to achieve something in this season that has high priority, it's going to take high discipline in you for really to buckle down and get it done. You know you can't play anymore. You know you can't BS anymore. You need to start taking yourself serious when it comes to this discipline. If you have a budget set in mind, guess what? You have to be disciplined about what you're eating today. No more $25 meals. You know, you got to limit yourself, work with what you got, maybe think more strategically. Maybe I need to meal prep. Maybe I need to do something different, shake something up of how it can better prepare you for tomorrow. If you know that you have to study and you have academics that are a priority in this season, then there's no reason for you to be staying up and watching Netflix for 3-4 hours when that time can be strategically used for you to study. So really, this goes back to everything being a choice. If you know you have priorities, then you know you have to be disciplined to carry out those priorities. Without discipline, you cannot get the results you want. You have to be a disciplined individual. And discipline can look many different ways. And doesn't mean like all the time you have to be 100, but it means in the times where it does count and you know you want to be proactive, you have to be about it. You can't BS yourself anymore. So let's stop playing, let's buckle down, and let's get it together. So what are you going to do today to be disciplined for the things that you want to prepare for tomorrow? Let's buckle down. We got to buckle down. No more playing. So if you know that you have a goal set in mind to prioritize for tomorrow, what do you have prepared for those things? You know, you just can't come in BSing all the time. And yes, it has helped to BS sometimes and it still gets the job done. But is it the best work you could have done? And if it is not, then we need to do some reevaluation. Period. And so the best success comes from your habits and your rhythms and the things that you do. So how do we become disciplined? I think one of the biggest things that helps me be disciplined is really executing on my boundaries and my limits. So I know that if I have something big to do tomorrow and I want to go out clubbing, go to the bar, whatever, I'm going to go and I'm going to have that fun, but I know when to cut myself off. Because I still need to be coherent, present, and be energized for the next day. And I cannot be either of those things if I do not know when to execute and be disciplined about my boundaries. So you being disciplined about your boundaries means that you're going to execute them. So what are your boundaries? When are you going to set the line and be like, okay, Denise, like, I know you got a little crazy last time, but this time, like, I know I can't afford to do that anymore because it affected my performance. It affected the way I did things. It affected this and it affected that. I'm not going to say that I'm a reserved person, but I am a person that knows my limits most of the time when I want to be. Okay. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. But we're learning and we're growing together. And I at least try to execute on my boundaries because I know that my safety is my priority and my execution for the next day is my priority. I have things to do, people to see, money to make, and I need to stop doing things that are going to hinder me from doing those things in the present time. So be disciplined, be encouraged to be a best version of yourself today for tomorrow. Denise's tomorrow will thank Denise today. And that's how you need to think about yourself. So I hope you were encouraged and you were nurtured by today's message about your disciplinary actions and about your boundaries and what that means for your priorities. So just remember that today's preparedness is tomorrow's success, and execute on your boundaries because you'll be happy that you did. So let's keep on growing, and I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.